Hello everyone, Bill Parish here from GTT Audio, and welcome to the channel today. I can't believe that it is April 29th already. We're already a month into the second quarter. This year has just flown by, and I thought it would be good to do a little recap. And as I was preparing for this video, it just blew my mind, all that had transpired and things that had happened this year that seemed like a long time ago, but at the same time, other things that happened that seemed like it was yesterday. It's just been an absolute blur. You know, we post on Facebook. I know I hear a lot people say, well, I don't do Facebook. Well, you don't have to do Facebook to check us out at Facebook. And just all our press we try to find our press and repost over there on the wall. Try to show you what's going on. So it's facebook.com/GTT audio, or just type in your search engine Facebook GTT audio. You'll find us, and you can stay up to date on what's going on. And some of you do, and some of you don't. But a little recap. I mean, starting way back in January, which seems like a long time ago, it was the delivery of the Mach and the Schrodingers by AudioNet. We got them in at the very end, between Christmas and New Year's, started burning them in instantly. And we had the audio analyst in. We had Greg Weaver came in and listened to the Mach and the Schrodinger, did a video with us, and then on his page as well, on his YouTube channel, along with the Kronos Perpetual turntable and the Discovery Phono. Now, I had so much fun when Greg came in. That seems like yesterday, but it seems I've been living with the Mach and Schrodingers every day. Have multiple sets, because you saw that we showed them at 2 shows already this year, and now Greg has them at his place, a set under review. We dropped off after Expona. But I've been living with this equipment every day, and on the Vivid Audio Spirits, and it's just been an absolute joy to listening to them break in. They're really, really good. This was a big thing for us this year, along with the Kronos Perpetual and the Discovery Phono stage. And let's see. I want to talk, we get so much press, and we're interfacing with the reviewers and shipping things out, going out for delivery. So just wanted to, bring your attention to some things. Maybe you missed the reviews. Again, you could search it in your search engine. You can also head over to our Facebook page and find it. Everything that we are talking about today transpired since the beginning of the year. But right in January, we had Robert Taylor of The Absolute Sound does video reviews for them. He did a review on the Vivid Audio Kaya K45. Check it out. That is a great review. He's a great reviewer, and that is a great speaker. We'll talk more about that at the end. But the K45 is something that you should keep your eye on. We installed our very first pair of Vivid Audio Moyas to an end user here in the U.S. We've got some photos up there on the Facebook wall, and that was really special. That was a special day for a lot of reasons. Ewald Verkerk of Vivid Audio, you know him. He's on the channel from time to time. He is he came in for the install. It was just absolutely beautiful into a beautiful system, a beautiful home, and a wonderful friend. So now there are currently 2 Moyas here in the U.S., one in my room and one at this other fellow's room. Tom Martin, owner of the Absolute Sound, he did a video review on the Tambaqui over on the Absolute Sound's video channel on YouTube. You should check that out. We link to that. We link to all this stuff from the Facebook page. But yeah, Tambaqui, there's no there's no shortage of reviews on that. We just got a review from Frederick Bedeau over at Six Moons Audio. He did a review on the Tambaqui, and well, he tells you what he thought. In fact, he gave it an award. I don't know how many awards the Tambaqui's reviewed, but there's so many. And while we're on the subject of reviews, let's talk about upcoming reviews, people that we've talked about, people that have equipment already and that are in the process of reviews. And, as we do these videos, those that are on our mailing list, we send out an email blast letting you know a new video has dropped every 2 weeks. And along with that, we highlight the reviews and certain products and different things, in the news, if you will. So the audio analysts, as I said, on the way back from Expona, and Mach and Schrodinger's, we used them we had a dealer along with Dick, went down there to support it and run the room down at Pacific Audio Fest. He was down there with Mach and Schrodinger's, and then we just showed him again earlier this month out at Expona, and we got a lot of press, and it's all over the Facebook page. So the audio analyst Greg Weaver, he's got Mach and Schrodinger's at his place reviewing them. He has a Switch X and a Wi-Fi X. I think that review should be out pretty soon. In fact, Switch X, Wi-Fi X, we had Dean Waters over at Positive Feedback. He just did a review on that, and he also he did a real in-depth review. Absolutely wonderful. Many people have ordered. This product just seems to be taking off. It's always done really, really well, but the last month or two, or 3 or 4 this year, Switch X has been absolutely phenomenal. We've got Robert Taylor again at the Absolute Sound video reviewer. He took home from Expona the TLA TSI 300 Signature integrated hybrid amplifier from True Life Audio, and he'll be doing a review that'll come out sometime this summer. David Robinson over at Positive Feedback, he's running 2 sets of Switch X's, one in his video room, and he's got an Apple TV X plugged into that, which just takes the performance from there up to there. I mean, it seems to be no end on how far you can push something. But he's got that on a Sony OLED, and then he's got a Switch X, Wi-Fi X up in his main reference listening room. So I know there's going to be a review on that forthcoming. Along with, he was the very first reviewer to review our Master Fidelity NADAC clock and DAC. And while the first reviewer to review it, and the review's coming very shortly, there are going to be many reviews on that product. The queue is very long with the reviewers to get their hands on the Master Fidelity digital. It's the finest I know. That's for sure. Greg Neville over at Part-Time Audio, he took home from Expona, that is, a fully loaded Makua line stage with a built-in Tambuki and Lupe phono stage in it. We call it we have base models, and then Makua with DAC, Makua with phono, and then fully loaded is how we refer to it. So yeah, fully loaded Makua. I don't know exactly in what context he's going to be reviewing it with, but he is going to be reviewing it with a set of Perka, or a single stereo Perka amplifier. This should be phenomenal. And then when Greg Weaver over at the Audio Analyst is done with the Mach and Schrodinger's, that goes over to Greg Neville. So the two Gregs, it's going to be double Gregs on the Mach and Schrodinger's up front. But we'll keep that cycling through as well. We've got Munich in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, you're not going to see a video. We'll do a live from Expona and do some Expona coverage right after the show, tell you what we saw. There's one thing that Dick and I are really going to be on the lookout for. We'll save it for the next episode. But we've talked, we've discussed, and we've got a need here. And we need a product. We need a particular product, and we're hoping that we can find it at Munich. So rather than going and visiting and doing business meetings and seeing what's new, we're going to be we're going to have our nose to the ground and trying to pick up any scent on a particular type of product that we're looking for. So hopefully we'll find it. Hopefully it'll fit our need, and the performance will be what we want it to be, because it really has to be a top-notch, top-of-the-game product. That's all I'm going to tell you about that. We were, 2 months ago, appointed the Canadian distributor, so now we're North America, US, and Canada for Master Fidelity. And then while at Expona, we were appointed the Canadian distributor of Vivid Audio. Philip Gutentag, founder of Vivid Audio, flew in from South Africa and gave us the appointment. So this was very special, and yeah, so we're going to be doing a big push up there as well. And I said I was going to talk more about the Kaya K45s, but I would just like to very quickly highlight Vivid. Now that we're on the topic. They have a ridiculous value at their price point, okay? And they are strong top to bottom. And there are 4 models in the Kaya line. There are 4 models in the Gia line, and 1 in the Moya line, the M1, which I referred to earlier. But if I were, I don't want to get myself in trouble here, but like picking one of each line, and Bill says that's his favorite. Nah, every speaker they make at their price point compete way, way, way above their price point. But take the Vivid Gia G1 Spirit and try to find another speaker that can compete with it at 9 times their price point. I think there's speakers out there. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the only thing that beats the G1 Spirit is the Moya. And where the Spirit, I don't want to discuss pricing on the channel here, but where the Spirit is at its price point, it's the steal of the century. I mean, it truly is. And if I were to pick in the Kaya line, and the Kaya line from top to bottom, again, is just so good. But that K45, and it's probably the room I have it set up in, but that K45 is so special. You know what? I will talk price on that. It's $21,000, and we've had people swap out $60,000 speakers for a $21,000 speaker. I mean, this thing, you ask yourself, what doesn't it do? Well, and then you hear the K90s and the Gia line, and, well, the Gias are always better than the Kayas. The Moya's always better than everything else. But anyway, don't, I hate to say, like, is the Kaya K45 the sweet spot in the line? Not necessarily. But it certainly is a very, very, very special speaker. And it's been reviewed very favorably. The last one was Robert Taylor up there at TAS, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. And in fact, the Kaya K45s that we had at the show didn't make it back here. They took a detour to a new happy home. All right, guys. I can't wait to present to you after Munich. Let you know what we saw. Shoot some videos with all the manufacturers. See a lot of friendly faces over there, and hopefully Dick and I'll have something very special to tell you about. Until after Munich. We'll see you.